All right, so I'm working on my 1982 S15 with LS swap. Had this thing running for a long time, and I had an issue with the fuel lines leaking back here by the tank. Some squirrels got in there and chewed some holes in them. And originally I had the fuel line set up, come from the back of the tank through a filter into the regulator here, would come out, go to the fuel rails, go in, down and around, and stop. Had a return here, coming out the bottom without the flex fuel sensor. Ran fine, had no issues. Had the vent back here plugged. This was originally plugged. Never had an issue with fuel coming out anywhere. Well, once I changed to this, I redid the lines. The feed comes in back here from the feed on the tank into the fuel rail, comes across, out here, over. Originally I had it coming into here and had the return here going back through the flex sensor. Just added that. And I noticed a couple different times that I had fuel coming out of the sending unit pretty badly. And then also out of my bulkhead fitting for the wiring, which I added. Yeah, I couldn't figure that out. Thought it was because I had the vent plugged, so I took that off. And then I had fuel squirting up through the vent, and this tank was pressurizing pretty badly. I had fuel coming up through the vent here. I had fuel up in the, this is the new cap, but I had it on this old cap in here. I had fuel up in here, so I took everything. I took the cap off, I took this off. I hooked up this line to a charcoal canister that I bought, because sometimes when I park it in the garage, it smells like fuel in here, and the family doesn't like that, and you know, safety first. So bought a charcoal canister to get rid of that, and that's when I started noticing some issues. So it was still building pressure, and fuel was still like coming out of here bad. I mean, it was, you can see some of the staining. So I was looking online and I noticed some people, and I can't understand what the difference is. Maybe somebody else smarter than me can, but I switched the fuel coming into the regulator on this side, because that's what a lot of pictures showed. Again, I don't really see how it makes a difference. The directions don't seem to care. So I did that, and I started trying things. Like I said, I had this disconnected, and I began to wonder, because this cap is kind of old, if this thing was causing not venting right. So when I had this disconnected is when the fuel stopped coming out of here. And I double checked my lines. These are right. These are not mixed up or anything. This one is the feed. This is the return. This is the vent. So I hooked up everything. I rechecked my bulkhead fitting, and now it seems like everything is okay. I'm gonna fire it up again with this new cap and make sure. But has anybody else seen this? This is just a weird little thing. All right, so I got the door going up. Let's get in here and do a little starty start. Let it idle for a while, make the neighbors annoyed, and see what it does. See if we squirt gas or fluids out somewhere. All right, fuel pump's running. Let's see, how cold is it? It says 47 degrees. That's not bad. That was another thing I checked with my fuel pressure to make sure that that wasn't ridiculously high. Rise the bone so far. One thing I noticed is it does get a little bit wet around this bulkhead. I don't know if you can see that up here. guess the end solution is, or end result is, it doesn't leak anymore. And we're gonna call this good enough. Like I said, the only things I changed was I took the plug off of this, and then I switched these two lines around from this side to this side, and put a new gas cap on it. And it doesn't seem to pressurize the tank anymore, so we're gonna call this good enough and move on with life. If you have any other ideas or tell me I'm stupid, let me know. Bye.